Okay, let's look at another example of uninhibited growth. This one will not be quite as long as the last one, I promise. Thanks for sticking with me there on that one that just kept going and going. This one only has two parts. So it says a colony of bacteria increases according to the law of uninhibited growth. Okay, so we know that the model of the equation is A of t is equal to A naught e to the k t. And since it does say growth, we know the k is going to be a positive number. If the number of bacteria doubles in 3 hours, find the function that gives the number of cells in the culture. Okay? So in other words, they're giving us information, but they're actually asking us to come up with the equation. Okay? So to begin with, we are looking at this is two pieces of information. The bacteria doubles and the time is 3 hours. Okay, so let's fill that information into our equation. So this is going to be part A. If the bacteria doubles, that means that this side is 2 and this side is 1, right? It doesn't actually matter if you use 2 and 1 or 200 and 100 like we did in the last problem. You know, it's just this number has to be double this number. And then we have e to the k. We don't know the k value, but we do know that the time was 3 hours. Okay, so as you can see, we actually have everything in this equation except for k. So we're going to be solving for k. All right, so I'm going to rewrite this without the 1, e to the 3k. So it looks a little nicer. And notice that the e is isolated. So in order to solve for k, we're going to change to log form. Okay, so this is natural log, because the base is e, of 2 is equal to 3k. Okay, to solve for k, let's divide both sides by 3. So k is equal to natural log of 2 divided by 3. You might be tempted to type that into your calculator and get a decimal. And what I would say is it's actually better to leave it this way. Natural log of 2 over 3 is a number. Once we put it on our calculator, it's that decimal, and then we're rounding when we do other answers. And so then we'll have like a lot of rounding error in our problem. Okay, so for part A, we just want the equation. So that's A of t equals our A naught. We can leave that as 1. Okay, it doesn't actually matter what that initial value is. And if it does matter, they'll tell you what it is. Okay, so that's 1 e to the natural log of 2 over 3 times t. Okay, this is our function in terms of t. So all we're really doing is solving for k and then plugging it into the original equation. Okay. All right, so part B then says, how long will it take for the size of the colony to triple? Okay, well, obviously triple means 3 times as big as the initial amount. So we're going to take our equation that we developed and we're going to plug in 3 for the A of t. So the amount is 3 over there. Then we have e to the natural log of 2 over 3. And then that's times t, right? Because it does say how long. So what we're trying to solve for is t. Okay, so the e is isolated, so we can change this into log form. So that's natural log of 3 is equal to natural log of 2 over 3 times t. Don't be afraid, there's 2 natural logs. Those are literally just numbers, right? Our calculator is going to tell us what decimal they are. They're just numbers though. All right, so to find t, we're just going to divide both sides by the natural log of 2 over 3. So ln 3 divided by ln 2 over 3. I wrote that in those parentheses because we could have an order of operations issue if we type this all at once. So let's type it just to make sure our answer is going to make sense. Where is that calculator? There it is. Jeez, tried to like escape from me. Okay, so natural log of 3, end parenthesis, divided by, let's open a parenthesis, natural log of 2, close that little parenthesis, divided by 3, and then end the parenthesis for the denominator. 4.755. 4.755. Now look back at the problem to see the units. Okay, so the units were doubles in 3 hours. So the time units were hours. Now, let's think about if our answer makes sense for just a second, okay? So the bacteria doubled in 3 hours, and then it tripled in 4.755 hours. So that does seem reasonable. It's larger. It should have been a larger number, but it's not a crazy giant number.